Hello and welcome to BierTier, the German engineer. Today, we're back with Oxygen Not Included with the Spaced Out DLC. Last time around, we discovered a new planet and did a bunch of research in space, and today we will need to get ready to colonize that planet. So let's get right into it. And here we are, back with our base, exactly as we left it last time, and of course here on top, our 2 rockets. Well, they're actually 3, but in reality we only have 2. This one here will be replaced with something else at some point in the future, that is for sure. We definitely don't need that thing anymore at all. Alright, so what do we need next? We need to make sure that we have a steady food supply. So let's turn the overview back on, and last time around we got 3 Shove Vole eggs, or however the hell you pronounce those things. These things are really handy in producing barbecue, because we can't just let them starve. They don't need anything. It's actually quite wonderful. So why don't we do something very simple over in this general area here. Here we have space, shouldn't really matter. It's a little bit cold here, but also that's fine. So we're just gonna start digging out some stuff right here. 4 high right there. Well, let's actually do it right here. 4 high, and we're gonna come all the way over to here. That should be fine. Let's get this all here dug out, and then we're gonna start building. Okay, so we now cleared a nice area over here. We have plenty of space, so let's plop in the farm. Alright, in base we're gonna find us a metal tile, and we're just gonna make it out of whatever we have most of, which is probably iron. Yeah, by far iron, my god. Are we gonna build it below or above this thing here? It doesn't really matter. We're probably gonna build it below just so we utilize the space here properly. We leave 4 spaces just to future-proof it and make sure that all is good, and then we're just gonna build over here. Now, some measuring it needs to be done. Pneumatic door is the first thing that we need, and we're gonna plop it right there. This next thing that we need is in food, I believe. Yes, nope, it's in stations. We need a grooming station, and the grooming station goes right behind the door. And then after the door, now we need to go to food. We're gonna grab us just 2 incubators. That should be plenty here and there, and that is all we need. That's literally it. From here, right behind it here, we're gonna leave 1 space. Yeah, it shouldn't be okay. It shouldn't really matter. Gonna come up, then we're gonna come over to here, then we're gonna come further over, something like this here, just so to have more space available for a little bit of automation that we're gonna plop on top right now. All right, just like that. And now in shipping, we need a conveyor loader, and the conveyor loader, can we turn it and plop it right there? Yes, we can. And then right beside it, an auto sweeper, which has access to the entirety of this thing here. That's great, that's what that should be. Then a conveyor rail also needs to be built. Where's our food? Right here. And just right to over here. Yeah, that will be okay. Gonna come through the wall here. Kinda hide it away a little bit. Come over to here just like that. And then a conveyor chute right there. Perfect. Now, all this here of course needs to be built, and we need to get some power over here. Do we have a power wire? Yeah, not this one preferably. And not this one. And also not this one. Apparently we are a little bit short on power wires, but that is okay. We're just gonna grab this large power transformer right here. We're gonna copy it, plop it here on the top, and we're gonna grab us the heavy watt wire. Also gonna come through here. Okay, can't do that. Well, will have to happen anyways. We're just gonna go through here anyways. Then we're gonna snip this side, gonna snip that side, and then back in power we're gonna grab us a conductive wire bridge and plop it right here. What the heck happened here? You should not build right there, obviously. So let's get this here built. And then with the power wire, we might as well, not out of steel, preferably out of iron, come down to here, build straight over all the way. We could theoretically get rid of this line right here. Yeah, we're gonna hook it up right there. Then we're gonna snip it right here. That's fine. Grab our wire once again. And then on the other side, we're just gonna come into here. Yeah, just to right here for right now. And then we're gonna hook it all up once it's done. Alright, let's get that built. And this entire thing here is now built. That's wonderful. We need to head back into food. I forgot, of course, the critter drop-off. That's quite important. We're gonna slap that in here to make this here stable. And then we actually can go back into power, grab our conductive wire, and hook it all up. Kind of just like this here. Yeah, that should be more than fine as a matter of fact. So let's finish it once and for all, and then we should be good for good. The only thing that I forgot in here, what could we do about that? Theoretically, we could leave him 1 more space. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna grab this here, And I'm gonna build just another wall here in the back and rip this one here out, deconstruct this, deconstruct that, and this one here as well. And the critter drop off is also gonna get moved just a little bit. Yeah, that should be okay. I just don't want these incubators here running the entire time. That is a waste of energy, and we are not gonna stand for nonsense like that. While this is being built, 2 cycle sensors, one right here, one right there, with an automation wire. The bottom one to the closest one right here, and the one above it just to here. Just like that, easy peasy, not a big deal. And then food, a critter drop off, is also needed right over here. Alright, now it is absolutely completed. And the critter drop off, we're gonna say critters, and we're gonna say vole pups, and shove voles of course as well. We're just gonna say 20, it doesn't matter. As many as we can fit in here, that's how many we're gonna put in here. Right here in the incubator, we're gonna go all the way to the right, shove vole egg, and we're gonna copy those settings over to here. Apparently that doesn't work for some reason, but that's okay. Gonna do it manually, get in here, priority of 9, there we have it. This conveyor loader right here on the top, we're gonna set it to basically anything our sweeper can reach, with the exception of critter eggs. We do not want to have any critter eggs put into the conveyor loader, only the meat that we will produce in here. And you may have noticed that there is nothing in here, and you may have noticed that there is nothing in here that lets our voles eat anything. That's right, we're just gonna starve them to death. That's fine though. Okay, so now our sensors here. The first activation time is at 1%, and it's gonna run for 10%, just like this here. And the second one is having an activation time of, let's say, 12%. And it's also going to run for 10%, just like that. Now, none of them should be running the entire time, but they should still get their lullaby buff over here. Great. So this here is going to be thriving and full with shove voles very, very soon. Let's take another look into space. Do we see another one? What's in here? Nothing? Is there not another one running around anywhere? What happened with ours? Did I kill them all on accident? I cannot remember killing him, but I guess I must have. Or did I just die for another reason? I truly don't know. There's meat in here, so something must have died. Not sure how, but okay, that's fine. We have another dead one. Next of all, we are still loading oxygen. Are we? Is that what's happening here? This side here? Yes, we are still loading oxygen. Tons and tons of oxygen are just getting loaded into our rocket, which is okay. Let's take a look at our printables real quick. Choose a blueprint. What have we got? A Sweetle larva. Okay, we're gonna get the Sweetle larva, but we are going to get it over in the outer base. So let's find our outer printing pod right here. Choose a blueprint, Sweetle larva, come in here, and then immediately get wrangled. Up here, our Sweetles are just hanging out, so that's perfectly fine. Not a problem here. That's wonderful. Just giving us more and more sucrose, for which we currently don't have any use. Why is there a Sweetle in here? What exactly did we put an egg in here? Is that what happened? We may have actually put an egg in here, yes. Critter eggs, we don't want to put critter eggs in here, so let's go into copy settings and copy those over here. And in here, I want to have the Sweetle eggs, that's right. And the Sweetle right here, we're going to wrangle it, and we're going to put it where it belongs, up here onto the top. Let's take a look what we are currently researching. Oh yeah, that's right, our big boy rocket propulsion system, that's right. It needs 370 applied research. Oh my goodness, it will be a while until we get that done here. And the biggest problem is that this radiant gas pipe here is just not providing enough coverage. Take a look at this heat that we are generating here. Do we still have anything on the very bottom? Let's see. How is our gas looking down here? We have a little bit of carbon dioxide. It is pretty cold, and that's the problem. Look at this. What do we have down here? Chlorine. We have liquid chlorine down here. That is of course an issue. Our atmos sensor here never sees any gas, and therefore the pumps are never running. There we go, that's a hell of a lot better. And now we're actually pumping this stuff out of here. Yeah, that's here set as above 150 grams, and we have by far more than 150 grams here. That should help at least a little bit with the cooling all the way up top. All this carbon dioxide here is at negative 33 degrees. While we're here, we might as well send Gemster back up into space and get us a little bit more research in. So let's take a look into the interior. And all we really need for this here, let's take a look in our overview. We still have that one piece of polluted oxygen in here. This is fine. We need to fill up our fridge again with food. So let's go edible, bring whatever you got. Let's fill it up and then send them back up there. And here we already have it. We have now 10.4 kilograms of barbecue in here, which is just coming from our cold storage. It's currently at negative 22 degrees. So let's get this rocket here started. Let's hop out to our planet. Let's click the space for a module, say change the destination, and the destination is once again just right here. That's all that's needed. Let's take one last look in here. Did I have plastic? Oh yeah, plenty and plenty of plastic. Not a problem whatsoever. Okay, begin the launch sequence. Let's get it done, guys. Bring Chamster and off you go. Back out here, here he comes, and he's in the rocket, and we have once again liftoff. Wonderful, gotta love it. He's going up to space, and he's gonna bring us a nice, a very, very nice research back. And yep, now our conductive wire here has drastically overheated. Yeah, apparently we need to make this entire thing out of steel. Oh my goodness. What is the properties of this thing here? 2400 degrees, and it said what, 1200? That's fine. Yeah. Let's grab us a conductive wire, make it out of steel, and let's come up here and let's come down all the way to right here. Make all of the stuff here out of steel for all I care. Not a big problem. Meanwhile, we could give our second rocket over here the exact same treatment. We may as well. Let's change the destination and see how far do we get. We could come all the way over to here. Yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what we're going to set the destination to. Going to go into the spacefarer module just like the other one. And going to set it to edible at 90%. And let's fill it up. And then here now we have 21,239 calories. That should be plenty. So we're going to come back out of here. And then let's say launch. That should make it pretty easy and straightforward. Here we go. And lift off on the second rocket. No problem at all. Did we lose any wires over here this time as well? They may have survived. They may have actually survived. That's very good. Wonderful. All right, let's take a look. NCC. This here, of course, cannot be 90 anymore. It needs to be set to 0. And then we gotta scoop up all this stuff that's here on the floor and put it in there. Chamster, come on. There you go. Wonderful. And we gotta do the exact same thing on our Nostromo as well. Set it to 0. And let's be happy with it. On our star map, we can see this rocket is just sitting here in orbit, and the other one is going over here and hopefully reveal to us what this here is and what this here is as well. That's very, very good. We are getting to see more and more of our observable universe. Maybe we even find another planet. Who knows? What I of course can't forget is, Chamster, take off your suit. And Nostromo, who do we have in here? JSMSJ, also take off your suit. That's right, that is important. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. And here in research, I just swapped over our research really quick to transit tubes because out here on our main map, right around here, all the way up along this ladder, all the way to the top, I want to implement a bunch of those tubes just to increase the efficiency here just a tiny little bit. So let's get that research. That shouldn't take very long, and then we're gonna implement that really quickly. Meanwhile, on our star map, yes, Nostromo here, you should be done with what you're doing. Let's change your destination and let's bring you back home. It's gonna be that simple, it's gonna be that easy, not a big deal. Meanwhile though, what are you doing up here, Trimster? How is it hanging? All good? Still making us data banks? Yes, you're back up to almost 80 again, wonderful. We're gonna make another couple hundred or so, and then we're gonna bring you back home. Wonderful. Over here, JSMSJ is already on the way back home in actually 13 seconds. Oh wait, hold on, I did not realize that it is so close. Put on your suit before something bad happens. There you go. And when you're then down on Earth, or better to say on Bierstein, then you can leave the rocket without an issue. That's gonna be very good. And at the same time, we're also gonna disable all the food in here so it gets picked back up when we are down, which we are right now. Okay, now we have discovered a new planet right here. Look at this here. I see a Draco, and I see what is this here? Puffed. And a planet, but we cannot currently see it because our rocket did not make it into orbit. So we gotta start another mission somewhere on this edge here. Maybe we can unlock whatever this here is and also take a look at this planet. Maybe it's even more interesting than Frostino. Let's see, we have a hydrogen vent, a tungsten volcano. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be very good actually. And an infectious polluted oxygen vent. Not so interesting. But overall, this here may also be a quite interesting planet for us. But for right now, we just need to get some research done. Back on here, yes, I was trying to see if I can find a few more of those things here. And I think I may have found one. Very, very good. And I think there is another one right here. Look at this here. You also gonna get wrangled. The moment we get a chance, I'm just gonna set it to wrangle. It will take a while until we actually get him, but we're gonna grab him and we're gonna put him into our farm. That should be good. And there's even another one. We're gonna wrangle you as well. All of you gonna get wrangled. It's just a question of time. We will get you if you like it or not. Ah, we already got the first one. The shantyman's here and he's getting the job done. Look at that. Wonderful. Ah, that's great. 2 more to go. And then we're gonna put him into our contraption where we are. Here we are. And we already have 3 pups in here, and we have another egg. Oh wow, I'm not sure how, because we only had 3. Apparently we found a 4th somewhere that I didn't even notice. But yeah, all these here are pups and therefore cannot lay any eggs. So yeah, not entirely sure how that happened, but I'm not complaining. And here we have it, the transit tubes are done, so let's go back all the way up to here and continue researching the improved hydrocarbon propulsion. That is what's going to be next on the list. And then we can start building. So we're going to start all the way down here probably. Yes, that's it. And in here, we're going to get us a transit tube access point. And we're going to plop one of them just right here. That should be fine. And then we keep going up and see wherever we have space. Yeah, that's not it. Hey. Come on here. There you go. We're going to plop one right here. Let's go up a little bit more. Where's the next spot? There, we're going to plop one. Right here, we're going to plop one. And then up here, I want to have one as well. But the only problem is we don't have a space right here. How about we make us a space? That should be easy enough. Gonna grab some tiles. And we're going to come right through here. Gonna make sure that this here is gone, this here is gone. And that should then give us the space that we need. Wonderful. Then for the actual tubes, we of course need those as well. And we will see how those work. I need to get rid of those ladders here. Yes, we cannot access this left side here anymore, but we will fix that also in a second. It's not going to be a big deal. So let's get these here built, and as soon as that's done, well, actually we can start right away on the very bottom here. Transit tube, we're going to plop it up to here, and then we're going to come something like this here. Yep, that's what it's going to be. And we're going to come all the way up to here. Here we're going to come over, well, one up. There we go. And into there, just so it looks halfway decent. And we're going to come along here. At some point, we should hit some sort of obstacle. I can't remember what it was, but there should be something in the way. Ah, there it is. Here we have this here in the way. That needs to go. Then we have this thing here in the way. That also needs to be moved. And then we're going to come all the way to the top here, where then here we need to come over and into there. So that is what this system here looks like. And we can go all the way from the very bottom all the way to the top. That's going to be good. We just need to get it done. This liquid valve right here, let's take a look. How is this here connected? Okay, so this is pretty easy and straightforward. All we can do is we can take the liquid valve right here, copy it, plop it on this side here. Then we're going to grab us one of those pipes here, and we're going to come into there. And then from right here, we're going to come up and connect it into here. And then we can actually get rid of all that's in here. That's going to be good and pretty straightforward as well. And up here, this gas filter. Let's take a look at that in F7. Okay, so that's going to be a little bit more complicated, but not much. So we're going to take this filter and we're going to probably just plop it over here. We cannot put it right there because our bridge needs to go there, so we got to put it right there. Then a gas bridge, one that goes right here. One that goes in the other direction like this, and another one that goes in the other direction like that as well. Then connect this, this, and that. And that should be it. And then up here, our ladders are also still not gone. So let's make sure that those are getting deconstructed as well right away, just so we can finish this here and all the construction contracts are done. There we go. That's what that should look like. Meanwhile, up here in space, we only have 4,000 calories left and Chemster is eating the rest of it. And we are at 33%. We have a total of 209 data banks. Yeah, let's make that 210. Chemster is happy with it, so am I. So we're going to say, where is the atmosuit? Here it is. We're going to give it back to Chemster. Chemster, where you at? There you are. Put that on and then come back home. Just like that. But you should still put on your suit, good sir. How about that? Chemster, did I not just assign it to you? Yes. But apparently you have more to do with sleeping than putting on your suit. You just want to get burned again when you get out of this freaking rocket, aren't you? Hey. Chemster, you are killing me. Or yourself, I'm not entirely sure actually. There he goes. He put on his suit and he left the rocket. It was already landed and he just slept through it. No regards for anything, this guy. Gotta love it. That's dedication to the job. Can't complain. Okay, so the last thing that I want to build for today is going to be somewhere over here. Let's see, where do we have some space? And it is in rocketry, and it is the Interplanetary Launcher. This thing here, I want to get ready to roll. I do not want it to be accessible from over here though, that is for sure. Because the dupes are going to run through here and they're going to die a horrible death when they get there. So yeah, we're not going to do that. What we are going to do though is, let's see. Once again, we're going to grab that thing and we're going to plop it somewhere. Something like this here should get the job done. Yes, that's where we're going to put it. That's going to be okay. No problem at all. Then we need some tiles underneath it, of course, and we're just going to come over here a generous amount for right now. And also this one here, we are going to extend all the way over. And the reason for that is that I want to be able to come then with a ladder all the way up to here. Look at that. Almost like I measured it. The only problem is that this here needs to go. We need to have a little bit of a tile extra right here. That is important. So then with our ladder, we can come all the way up to here. And we're also going to put a fire pole in just to speed up that whole thing here a tiny little bit, just like that. Back into rocketry. Gonna grab us once again our interplanetary launcher. And we're gonna smack it right there. Just like that. And the interplanetary launcher runs on rat bolts. And it needs quite a lot of rat bolts. It needs, when we take a look in our star map, for each hexagon of distance, it needs 10 rat bolts. And that is actually quite a lot, if you believe it or not, because it only shoots 200 kilograms at a time. So the more rat bolts we can generate, the better it is. And that is also the reason why I built it in the location I built it in. Because we don't really have any more power support from this side. So where are we going to get a bunch, and I mean a bunch of power from? Well, from the left over here. That's going to be very easy. With a pole down to here, because we will need that increased speed. And on top of that, we are also going to build some tiles right here, which also increases the speed at which our dupes are running. And then we're going to dig this entire thing here out, just to make it a little bit more uniform to the rest. Just like that, easy peasy lemon squeezy, just like we like it. Then in radiation, rat bolt generators. And that's going to be quite interesting. One of those things here needs what exactly? 480 watts. That means on one heavy watt wire, or better to say on one heavy generator, we can put 4. Let's put 8 down. Yeah, you should definitely put 8 down. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 right here. That's it. That should be plenty, quite honestly. Here, here, and here. That's how we're gonna do this. It has full exposure to radiation here on the top, so that's gonna be perfect. Then we are going to grab us a bottle emptier. Let's see, bottle emptier right here. Let's make sure that we get some water. And actually, that's the wrong side. Let's put it over here. That should be better. Get rid of you. And then over here on this side, all the way down here somewhere. Reason being is that here we at least have a little bit of an atmosphere, so we have a little bit of heat exchanges, which is exactly what we need. Vacuum of space, not the best idea for a build like that. So we're gonna go into here and just here in the bottom. I think we're gonna do it somewhere like, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces off the floor, 1 over to the right. Gonna build it 3 wide, gonna leave a 3 wide space, and gonna build another 3. This here we're gonna dig all out, just like that. All of this here can go, we don't need any of this nonsense. Then in power, we're gonna grab us the large transformer, plop 1 right here and 1 right there. Hook it up to the heavy watt wire here on the left, just like that. So easy, so simple. Exactly how we like that. And then we're gonna come along here, and we also need to bring it then somehow over to the other side. How are we gonna do that? That's gonna be an interesting question. Probably like this here. Yeah, that's gonna be the answer to that question. We're just gonna build 1 singular ladders all the way over to here, something like this here. Yeah, that's perfect. So our dupes can actually walk back and forth here as well. That's going to be good. And then once again in power with the conductive wire, we're going to come all the way over to here. Then we're going to come up, let's say on this spot right here. Then we're going to come into here and go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to reverse that whole thing. We're going to come down and with the other wire all the way back down once again, all the way around here. And then here into the other one. Just like that, everything should be connected. I can run the game meanwhile, not on full speed though. Let's turn it a little bit down. Then in automation, you're gonna grab us some automation wires. And am I gonna split it twice? Yeah, probably gonna split it twice, because why wouldn't I? 1 right here, and then another 1 let's say right here. And then a signal switch right here and right there, just so we can control what we're actually doing over here. Perfect. To make all this here work, because they clearly cannot all aim in that general direction, we need a red bolt deflector. Let's see how we're gonna put it. Probably like this. We're gonna build one right here for those three. And we're gonna build another one right here for those three. And then we're gonna build another one. Let's see, can we make that work in one try? No, we cannot, of course not. That would have been too easy. And we're gonna plop the last one right here. So with those 4 here, we can reach this area. And that should be that. Wonderful. So now all this here needs to get built. So we're gonna turn these here all to the right, also this one right here, and we can see this one here points to this one points to this one points to this one, and this one points to our Interplanetary Launcher right here. Interplanetary Launcher also needs power. Can't forget about that, of course. It needs its own 240 watt supply. Should have probably calculated for that, shouldn't I? That is slightly suboptimal, but it's okay, because what we can just do is we can run another wire over there. Now that we have the space over here, might as well utilize it. So right here we go 1, 2, 3, and then we build another 3 right here. Just like that. Pretty simple and straightforward. And then we're gonna plop another one of those large power transformers here on the top. We just need to come over here with a power wire, which means we have to slightly rebuild what we already have. But that is gonna take seconds and not longer than that. Just like this. Then with the snipping tool, we're gonna snip off this here and that here. And then we're going to come in power with a conductive wire bridge. And we're going to plop one here and one there, just like that. Just so we can then come with a conductive wire once again, a 3rd time, all the way over to here, then up to there, and then into here. And now we have even a little bit more power available to us, which we may need later for a tiny little other project, but that's okay. And the interplanetary launcher right here. So how does it work? When we take a look, it has 3 inputs right here. 1 for gas, 1 for fluids, and most importantly, 1 for solids. We want solids over on our new planet, so we're gonna go, I don't know, pretty easy. Again, it can only shoot 200 kilograms at a time, so we're gonna put a conveyor loader right here, and then with our conveyor rail, we're just gonna come all the way into there, just like that. Not a big deal whatsoever. And when all this here is built, we need to come up with a cooling solution. The good thing is we don't need this whole system here yet, I just want to get it ready. But this time around, I'm going to cool it properly. What I also can't forget, of course, is drywall. We need to build a drywall all the way here, or there will be no heat exchange, and that is, of course, suboptimal to say the very, very least. Meanwhile, in here, Shove Vole Farm, my god, how many do we have in here by now? 7? Okay, that's not that many. It looked a hell of a lot more. We have another egg in here. We have 2 more eggs that are currently being bred out. That's just great. Wonderful. What we can do, it's always very nice to have this blueprint module right here. So we can literally just come here, make a new blueprint. We're gonna take everything that we already have. And then this entire thing here, we're gonna make a blueprint out of it. And we're gonna call it cooling, because it literally doesn't matter. As long as I know what it means, it's all good. So we're gonna come back up to here. Let's see where we're at. Somewhere in this general vicinity here. And then we're gonna say use blueprint. And apparently I forgot that bottom. That is fascinating, but it should still get the job done. Gonna plop it right here. Gonna take this igneous rock thing right here, and we're gonna build us a bottom. We first of all need to keep a couple things away anyways, because we gotta get water in here and whatnot. Hold on, little dupe. Now we're gonna go to buildings, and this side here we're gonna leave open. This side here we're gonna leave open, so that I can't come in and out. This we're gonna leave open. This here we're gonna leave out, and this here we're gonna leave out. What else can we leave out for right now? Probably the entirety of the steam turbine needs to wait, as well as at least one of those insulated tiles right here. Okay, so this now we can build, but we also need to have a way to actually get over to here. So let's put a few of those here in, just like that. That should work. And then over on the other side right here, so we can get up top, we're gonna build us a couple more, just like this here. All right, that should enable us to build everything that we need to build. This here is now built to a degree that we can actually start filling it up with water. So we're gonna grab another tile right here. There's nothing left here in the bottom. We're gonna plop it into right there. That should be just fine, no problem at all. We should probably close it off completely, as a matter of fact. And then with a ladder, we're gonna come down to here. And then somewhere on the end here, probably right there and right here, we're gonna open it up so the actual gas in here can escape. That's gonna be good, no problem at all. Now that this here is basically closed off, only this tile here is missing with the bottle emptier. We are going to say, let's see, polluted water, enable auto bottle, number 9 priority. Then we're gonna copy the settings and plop it over to here. First of all, we want some polluted oxygen in here. Not polluted oxygen, but of course polluted water. Also this heavy watt joint plate right here, right beside it, we can plop this one in here. And something else that I want to do, we have basically no gas in here, 500 micrograms, because it's all venting out into the vacuum of space. That is of course also not good. So what I'm gonna do, and that's just gonna be very temporarily, something that we have a lot of, sandstone, apparently we have a ton of that stuff. Right here, I'm gonna put another output pipe that comes straight over to here. And then in here, I'm gonna fill this area here up with oxygen once we have a little bit of water in here. Looking good already. We have already 40 kilograms in here. Bring us a little bit more, and that will be a hell of a lot better. Just so we can get a little bit easier around here. I'm gonna plop down a couple more pieces of ladder. That should make it better for our dupes to come from this side here over to the bottle emptiers and not just from the left. Because from the left, that is a pretty long way. What we will also need is over here. Thankfully, we already have water, so that is actually perfect. We could also pump in a little bit more water. Yeah, that should be fine. Liquid bridge, gonna come right here, plop it over to there. And then once again with a pipe, we're just gonna come straight over. And that pipe, well, we're gonna make it an insulated pipe here at the end. We're just gonna hook it up to right there. That should allow some water to come in. And by now we have plenty of water in here. That's perfect. So we're going to close this side off and we're going to close this side off just so to get it done. A little bit more water. We have 363 kilograms of polluted water in here and 40 kilograms. Let's see. Let's take a look. Yeah, that should be fine. This one here is still set to polluted water. Yeah, that's why I set him on both. Yeah, that would explain. I was like, where's all the polluted water coming from? Yeah, that's where that's coming from. Okay. Yeah, that makes a hell of a lot more sense. So as said earlier, with a gas vent, we're just gonna plop the gas vent right here for right now. Let a little bit of oxygen in, and then we're gonna close it off. We're gonna get rid of this ladder here while we're at it, and then we're gonna see what this here looks like. I think this here is actually not working as I expected to. The gas vent right here, when we destroy it, the air will probably leak out in a heartbeat. So I'm gonna try something different. We're going to see here, F7. I also want to get rid of the actual pipe that's in here, so let's get that done right away as well, please. And then in power, we're going to grab our steam turbine, there it is, and we're going to plop it in here, just like we usually do. And of course, we also need this here. But by the time we build it, all of our oxygen is going to be gone again. So yeah, that is very suboptimal. I'm going to build drywall all along in here. It shouldn't cause any trouble. We just need to get that done right away. With our gas pipe, with our oxygen, meanwhile, we're going to come up here on the top. And my plan is to release the oxygen right here. And it will hopefully come into here as soon as we have our drywall built. That would be the idea. But if that's going to work out or not, now that is on a different page. Now all the drywall is built. So we can now go into our base. Let me turn on the speed just a little bit. Right, just like this here. And then let's go back into ventilation and let's build us another gas vent and let's see if we can get something in here or not. Then we just gotta close it off once it's full. We have so much oxygen that all that is vented out in space, it literally doesn't matter. It's not a big deal whatsoever. Gas vent is built, the oxygen is coming. Let's see, can we get some oxygen into here? That is going to be interesting to say the least. It looks like it's working. We are at 330 grams. Come on, more. 370, 380. We're just gonna let this here run for a little bit and we will see if we can fill that sucker here up. 1,000 grams would be nice. Can we get there? I don't know, but we will find out for sure. Meanwhile, in plumbing, I already built the pipes that are coming over here, so that is good. So we just need to come up with this here. And we're gonna come all the way over to here. Here we then gonna come up. All this here is gonna disappear, so that is okay. Then we're gonna just come up to here. From here, we're gonna follow up all the way straight over. Gonna come up to here, connect it to there. And from here, we're gonna come back down all the way. And then right around here, we need to come in here and connect it right there. And that completes our loop, just like that. Easy peasy, just needs to get built. Let's take a look. We are at Yeah, 600 grams. I don't think we're gonna get any more in there. So I'm just gonna plop an insulated tile there, and as soon as that is built, we can get rid of this gas pipe right here. Okay, now it is built, so let's get rid of the gas vent, and then an F7. Yeah, we're just gonna get rid of it, honestly. I don't really care about the oxygen that is still gonna be in that pipe once it gets destroyed. Really not that important. So we're just gonna get rid of it, and we're gonna call it a day. And to complete the setup right here, we're gonna come with a heavy water wire, of course. Did we build that out of aluminum? Yeah, we should not build that out of aluminum. We should build it out of iron. And we're gonna come straight across here. We could probably, yeah, we're just gonna come straight over, screw it. Let's pause the game. Let's make this here happen. Yes, you're unhappy, I understand that. But don't worry about it. We're gonna get you all fixed up in power with some conductive wire bridges, just like that. 1, 2, 3. Also, all the water from this tank got now transferred over. We have now 2,450 kilograms in there. I hope that is enough to fill our loop. I guess we're about to find out. Over here, I'm gonna get rid of this bridge here, and I'm gonna get rid of the pipe just for like right there. And then we're gonna complete this loop here, and we're gonna make sure that we actually can fill it without a big issue. That is highly important. If that is not enough water, we gotta refill a little bit more, but it should be okay, I believe. And sure enough, the loop is full, and we still have 1.3 tons left over, and the water temperature here dropped drastically, and therefore also the temperature of our repo generators. Wonderful, that's what that should look like. No problem at all. Now we just need some water in here to do the exact same thing. So we're gonna turn it to liquid, turn it to water, and here we go. It's gonna be that simple. No problem at all. We have a water bottle, number 9 priority. We just need a little bit of water. It doesn't have to be a lot. Now that we have a cooling loop, it's gonna be easy peasy, no problem. Then we're gonna get rid of this pipe right here, and that will conclude it. Wonderful. So easy, so simple, and so quick. And there's our water here on the top. Now that we have a cooling loop, we can actually get rid of this, and we can get rid of this one here. There is no point in having him anymore. Not a big problem at all. Now the water that we have will just stay here forever, and it will always be nice and cold. No problem. Great. Let's take a last look at our Shove Vole Farm over here. How many do we have in there by now? 10. Wonderful. And we have 2 eggs that are in the incubator, and another 2 that are just laying around here. Or are those 3? I literally can't tell. But we're just gonna let them starve to death. Slowly but steadily, they will starve to death. Let's see right here. We see here they're losing 4,800 calories a cycle, and every time that one of them dies, they should lay 1 more egg. So it's basically a self-sustainable system. They come, they are being born out of an egg, they grow up, they starve. Right before they starve to death, they lay an egg, and it's an endless cycle. When they starve to death, they give us meat, and we're gonna make barbecue out of it. Up here, I had him do a little bit of digging. Time to get all this igneous rock and the copper ore out of here. So there's digging going on all around the base, just to get more resources in. And speaking of that, we may as well get this ice here as well, since our water supply is a little bit low, as I mentioned earlier. So I'm gonna give him the order to dig here right away. 4 tiles coming over. But that is definitely the end of this episode. So as usual, if you enjoy the content, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, and comment down below. What do you think about this episode? What could I do better? What could I do different? What could I do more efficiently? Please let me know in the comments down below. And with that, I say thank you and peace.